The topic of this audio is Bedbug Example. Actually, I was just thinking about why people are stressed and how can people come out of stress when it just came in my mind about the bedbug example. But before I elaborate that example, let's discuss what is stress actually. When people say we are stressed, does the situation in which they are make them stressed? Their condition makes them stressed? What actually makes them stressed? If a person who has a job, if you speak to a person who is doing a high profile job or any kind of job, he will say, I'm stressed. If job is the reason of stress, then the person who is jobless is also stressed. If a person who is married is stressed, saying, oh my god, I'm married, I have to cope with the pressure of my better half. The person who is not married is also stressed because he or she feels that what if even I would have been married, I would have a lovely life, I would have someone to share my happiness, my joy, my sadness, my pain. So is marriage a reason of stress? Because if marriage is a reason of stress, the people who are not married should be stress free. So then what is the reason of stress? Some people say that due to financial crisis they are stressed. Let's say they don't have enough money, so they are stressed. But the people who have a lot of money are also stressed. So again, is money a cause of stress? So if we analyze it very closely, the external factors are actually not the reason of stress. If we say we are too busy and so we are stressed, the people who have nothing to do are also stressed. So the problem is that we are trying to find the answers of our problem outside. The answers don't lie outside. The answers don't lie in the situation. The answers lie somewhere else. When I was thinking about it, it just flashed in my mind. For example, a bed bug. Bed bug means a khatmal. Bites you. It's extremely itchy. I mean, you'll just keep scratching and scratching and scratching. It's so itching. What you do is if you put some aloe vera gel or you put some borolene or any other ointment, the itching will go away for 5 minutes or say 10 minutes. But it will again come back. So you just get temporary relief after applying some kind of cream or lotion. But when you apply a particular steroid, then you get permanent relief. So similarly in our life, when we are feeling bored or when we are feeling dissatisfied or when we are feeling stressed, we try to find a temporary solution. Chalo movie dekhte hain, let's watch a movie, or let's go to a party, or let's eat outside, or let's talk to a friend, or do something. But just imagine once the movie is over and you come back home, do you get permanent relief from stress? The next day again you feel bored. The next day again you feel stressed. After you speak to a friend, okay, you feel good for some time, let's say half an hour, 1 hour. But is it permanent? Again you feel stressed. Again you feel bored. Your mind keeps itching. Or I will say it's the itching of the soul. Khujli, Atma ki khujli. So no matter how many times or whatever you try to do externally, it doesn't help. It's just like the temporary borderline solution. So then what is the actual reason for stress, or what is the actual reason of incompleteness or feeling bored? The actual reason is our disconnection with our Paramatma. See, our soul gets food from certain things, from certain spiritual practices. When that itching of the soul comes, you have to put the steroid, and that steroid cannot be a temporary solution. The steroid has to be something which will satisfy our soul, which will cool down our soul. And that is when you will actually discover that when you connect with Paramatma, when you connect with God, or when you actually start discovering the truth of life, when you just remove all the noise from outside, we need to understand that only in stillness we get the answers of our problems. In order to achieve stillness, the first thing is you have to stop the chatter in your mind. Our mind is constantly talking. Even if the person is not there, you might be speaking to someone, you might be explaining to someone, you might be asking explanation from someone. Have you noticed it? Just take a satellite view and observe your mind. Most of the time, it is filled with chatter. What does it chatter? It keeps saying, if you are suppose not satisfied with the situation, suppose let's say your mother or your father or your spouse said you something, and you constantly keep giving explanation to them in your mind, or you're constantly trying to prove your point, or some other kind of conversation is constantly going on in your mind. This is a disease state. Stop that conversation. Once that conversation stops, you will achieve stillness. And once you achieve stillness, you will actually get connected to your higher soul. Once you get connected to your higher soul, the information that is the food of the soul will start flowing. And then you will achieve that peace. Then you will achieve that steroid. Otherwise, all the other solutions are just temporary solutions. So when you try to analyze stress, you will understand that stress is not caused because of an external situation. Stress is not caused because you're jobless or if you have problems in your job. Stress is not caused if you're married or you're unmarried. Stress is not caused because you're healthy or you're unhealthy. Stress is not caused if you have money or you don't have money. Stress is caused because of our inability to understand ourselves. The inability to feed our soul. If you are at peace, if you are balanced, and a certain problem comes in your life, you will not get agitated. For example, suppose you have been doing spiritual practices and you have gained that balance in your life where you're out of the dualities. Dualities means sukh, dukh. So you're out of the dualities means you no longer feel very sad or very happy. You have achieved a balanced state. And when you have achieved that, any kind of problem, if it comes in your life, you will just see it in such a view that, okay, it's just one of the thing. It will not shatter your life. It will not move your life. It will not impact your life in such a way that you feel, oh, this is it. I mean, my life is over. So this is how you have to actually try to understand where is the right medicine. The medicine does not lie outside. The medicine lies within. So try to stop the noise. If possible, disconnect yourself from everything for a few days. Connect yourself within. Try to figure out. Stay in a quiet room for some time. Don't speak to anybody. Empty your mind. Stop all the thoughts. Try to stop all the thoughts. I know it's difficult. But still, even if there are one or two passing thoughts, that's fine. But stop that chatter in your mind. and just let go. When you let go, you will actually start getting all the messages from your master and your higher soul. You will get the solution of your problems. Externally, you won't be able to do anything. Once that message is downloaded in your subconscious mind, it might take a long time to figure it out, to understand what the message was. But slowly you will decipher the messages. You will understand what is needed. Just flow with the flow. Once you start doing this, you will understand that when we blame others or when we blame external situations for our problems, we are actually doing a wrong thing. The solution lies within us. Let's take a very simple example. Suppose your child annoys you a lot. Every time she comes from outside, she's covered with dirt. And whenever you are in a bad mood, you will shout at your child. Let's suppose your husband comes home and gives you a diamond necklace, which you have been waiting for a long time. And then your child, again in the very same state, comes with all covered with dirt. Will you shout at your child? Maybe not. Maybe you will just say, okay, don't do it from next time, go and clean up yourself. So the action of the child was never a reason for you to get angry. Think about it. Yesterday also the child did the same mistake. Even today the child did the same mistake. But your reaction yesterday was harsh as compared to today. Why? Because yesterday you were not in such a stable state as compared to today. Today you were in a happy state. So if we blame the child for irritating us, for making us feel angry, are we doing the right thing? Similarly, if some people act in such a way which is not right for us or which we are not happy with, and we blame them that because of you I was angry, you caused pain to me, you caused frustration in me. Our finger, if it always points outside, it won't help. Actually, your finger should point at yourself. So if I am in a stable state, if I am in a happy state, any kind of action will not trigger me. Any kind of action by anybody will not trigger me. Believe me, I experimented it, and after experimenting for all these days, I'm giving you this verdict. The problem does not lie outside. The problem lies within us. If we achieve that sense of equilibrium, if we achieve that state of balance, nobody can trigger us. We will not be angry, we will not be upset, we will not be depressed. So how to achieve that state? Analyze your life first. Be very practical. Don't think that we are extremely capable. I never think I'm capable of anything. I know my limitations. I know I'm a human being. I know I'm growing. I never call myself a devotee. I'm still at a seeker level. I'm seeking to be a devotee. I'm trying to be a devotee. So I know my limitations. So cut out the noise first. What is noise? Noise is so many people saying so many things, sharing so many things, and your mind is constantly engaged in all those stuffs. How will you focus on your soul? It's not possible, it's not practical. You have to be in solitude to focus on your soul. And when you focus on your soul, you will actually understand how to grow it, how to make it strong. It is very simple. For example, if I was on level 2, it will just take me 1 week of rigorous spiritual practices to come to the balanced state. But if someone is on -2, the person has to do a lot of spiritual practices to come to zero level, and from 0 to 2, and then from 2 to, let's say, 4. So when people ask, how many times should I do meditation? It is on what level you are. I tried. I got result in 1 week. What I did was, when I was getting irritated or frustrated with some person, I was trying to analyze, is the irritation and frustration in me, which is just coming out, which is just getting triggered? Nobody else has the power to irritate me. So that irritation and frustration is inside me. So I shouldn't be blaming the person in front of me. I have to work on myself. What did I do? I took salt water bath. I did breathing. I did meditation. I did 4 Mala Hare Krishna chanting. That's it. After that, I did my job. So I used to get up at 5:30. I used to finish all of this, all my spiritual practices, go to my job at 8 o'clock, work whole day, come back home, do my household chores, whatever it is, help my kids in the homework and everything. And again, lastly, we'll watch few nice videos or read some good articles and go to sleep. So this, after just by doing 7 days, I felt bliss. I'm really telling you. I could just hear music in my ear. I just felt bliss. I was not in touch with almost, I will say 90% people I was not in touch with. And I just focused on my soul. So, like I always used to say, if you want changes in your life, if you want yourself to change, you have to make some drastic changes. That is absolutely necessary. Otherwise, nothing will happen. If you keep doing the same work, if you keep following all the same habits in your life, there will be no change in your life. If you want some certain things to improve, you have to make drastic changes. So I was just experimenting with it. And it worked. So now I again tasted bliss. So now I know if I just double whatever endeavor I did, if I just double it up, I will achieve more. This was just simple. It's just 1 hour. I was 1.5 hours or 2 hours of spiritual practices per day itself made me feel like I'm on cloud 9. Nobody, no talks, no situation could irritate me. So always consider that child example. If you are in a very high level of mental state, or let's say your soul strength is very high, Atma ki Shakti is very high, no matter what the other person does or any situation does, you will not feel agitated. But if you are in a bad mood, that means your soul strength is at its lowest. A small trigger from any person can irritate you. So now try to understand, who has to change? Is it the person in front of you, or is it you yourself? So this is why, and what change has to come? You have to change your thought processes. Always keep surrounded by positive thoughts. And this you can only achieve if you cut out the noise. Stop taking calls. Stop talking to people if required. See, finally, if you are happy, you will make other people happy. It's so simple. It's not being selfish. If you are upset, you will make 10 people upset. For example, let's say you have a very good friend of yours who tries to motivate you. Let's say motivate you for good things. You are upset, you are angry, and you took out your frustration on that friend of yours. she gets demotivated, she will stop motivating 10 people. So consider the amount of bad karma you are incurring. You will think, oh, I just snapped at her. But because of one of your action, it got a ripple effect and so many people got affected. So do you think you will be saved? Just understand the amount of bad karma you caused by being angry, by snapping at someone, even once. We don't know where we are affecting, where whom we are affecting, isn't it? We don't know how our actions roll and what consequences it causes. So we have to be very careful with it. We cannot show anger, we cannot throw out anger, we cannot be disrespectful to others, because if that person is demotivated, that person may or might, I mean, stop helping other people. And the people whom that person was helping might be helping more people. So we don't know, maybe what we thought was just one act of rudeness impacted 100 lives. So the amount of bad karma caused can be so much. So be very careful. So what is the best thing? The best thing is to achieve a stable, equilibrium, balanced mind. And that can be only possible if you focus inside. No matter what you do, no matter in whichever country you are, in whichever place you are, if you're rich, you're poor, whatever, if you have kids, if you don't have kids, these external conditions do not make you happy or sad. That's what I tried to explain. You may be feeling, oh, I lost my job, or my husband lost his job, oh, or let's say there's a death in the family. All these things actually do not make us happy or sad. We feel happy or sad inside. It's just our soul strength which matters. Now, let's consider the frequency. To achieve a blissful state, there is a higher frequency. Once you reach that frequency, you will achieve that blissful state. Now, you are below that frequency. Someone is trying to push you. Please meditate, please meditate, please do chanting, please do spirituality. And you did it once, you did it twice, you bounced up, you jumped up. But still you did not achieve that blissful state. So what will you do? More pumping is required till you have so much energy to touch that blissful state. So when you have this question in your mind that how many times should I meditate till you reach that state, this is your answer. Because once you touch it, once you taste it, you will understand, oh, okay, this is what I was trying to get. So keep jumping, keep jumping, keep jumping. That means keep meditating, keep doing your spiritual practices. The cleaner you are, the more you will get connected. And there will be a jump when you will touch that blissful frequency. Once you touch that frequency, you will taste the nectar. So keep doing it. Like I said, if you are on level 2, you might have to just jump few times. But if you are on -2, level -2, it will take time. So it just depends on where you started. For some people, meditating once a week is enough. For some people, meditating 10 times a week is also not enough. Watch your thoughts. It is very, very important. Just watch your thoughts. Just act like you are a spectator and watch yourself. Whole day, what are you doing? Are you thinking in the right direction? Remember, all the higher beings are watching you. They are really investing their time, their efforts on you. And you cannot waste any resource. Otherwise, the resource will be taken away from you. And no resource is permanent. Let's say you have started going to school. For a few days, the teacher might hold your hand and explain you how to make A, how to write B, how to write C. But after a few days, the teacher will not. The teacher will ask you to write on your own. And in the higher class, the teacher will ask you to write small words, ant, and, bat, bat. So similarly, up to some extent, resources will be provided to you. You cannot expect that resources will be there your whole life. Now you have to take the help of the resources whenever you get. Improve yourself at the earliest. Don't procrastinate. Don't think kal kar lungi. There is never a tomorrow, okay? Whatever it is, do it now. Do it today. And when you already have the tools, use it. I didn't want to make any audio for you all because you guys already know everything. But Anandita just requested me to send some audio for the group members. So I thought, okay, whatever is in my mind, I'll just let you know. So that if it helps, it's good. We all know that the biggest reason of our sorrow is attachment due to lower emotions. And it's extremely important. When you keep doing these spiritual practices, you will learn to love in a detached way. And the best thing is to do anything with love. Love is the key, remember. You have to love. You have to love all what you do. You have to love everybody. You have to love your friends as well as your enemies in the same way. Nobody is your enemy, basically. Nobody is your enemy. They are just a channel to make you understand that some energies given by you in the universe was not right. That's it. Nobody is bad in this universe. When you think, before saying somebody, oh, that person is bad, just modify your sentence and say, oh, that person is affected by his lower emotions, and so he does not have the soul strength to prepare to perform in the right way. This is how you should say. So what happens is, you're not criticizing a person directly. You're trying to understand the person's situation. So, if someone shouts at you or if someone harms you, you have to understand that soul is affected by lower emotions. The soul does not have enough soul strength to understand and to act in the right way. So, if you criticize that soul, will it be any good? No. First thing is, when you criticize that soul, you are judging that soul. You are sending negative energy, bad energy towards that soul. So you are getting entangled into a karmic account with that soul, which will come back to you. And third, you are depleting his soul strength. So basically, it's bad karma. Instead, what you will say is, that soul is inflicted with lower emotions and does not have enough soul strength to do the right thing. So may he or she be blessed with enough soul strength. May he or she be guided in the spiritual, maybe spiritually guided, spiritually motivated. Listen, we need to understand what we bless comes back to us. So if you are facing anger problem, after your meditation or during your meditation, you have to bless everybody, that may the people who are facing problem because of anger, May they find the right solution, may they find the right guidance and the soul strength to come out of this problem. When you bless that to so many people, then you are entitled to get the blessing that you will be able to come out of your anger problem. So this is extremely important. What you want in your life, you have to bless others with it. So think about it. So similarly, anybody who is harming you, first instance is you get angry. Oh, why did she tell me like this? Who has given her a right to do this? Stop yourself then and there and say, alright, that person does not have enough soul strength and is inflicted with lower emotions. So, this was his or her behavior. But I will bless the soul that may he or she get enough soul strength to do the right thing. May he or she be able to understand that causing pain to others is not the right thing. May he or she be spiritually motivated, spiritually guided. So this is what is the case. Each and every situation in our life is a test. Remember, the clock is ticking. We don't have much time. Try to clear your tests quickly. And in order to clear your test, you should have the right perception. And in order to have right perception, you have to clean the dirt from your subconscious mind, from your aura chakra, basically from your soul. And that can be done only through spirituality. So whatever was coming in my mind, I just expressed it. This may or may not benefit you, it's up to you. If you think it's beneficial, use it in your life. And if you find that you do not agree with this, no worries. You can always have a different point of view. That's also absolutely okay. Thank you. Bye.